Hi, in this video I am continuing to demonstrate how to use a jigsaw to cut tile. So I've made several videos doing this, but this is a really great jigsaw that I got at Lowe's for about $74. It's a CMC S600, and if you're watching the prior video, what happened was while I was cutting the tile, the jigsaw blade burnt up. That's because the diamond coating actually finally wore off. I've cut about 4 pieces of tile so far using this, using it very effectively to cut tile. There could have been some imperfection in this piece of tile right there that caused this to finally burn up, or it just could have been wear and tear. So I have a second T130 DG. Again, these are about $8 to $10 at Lowe's or at Home Depot. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to continue the cut. I decided to go from this side instead because there might be an imperfection that's causing more strain on this jigsaw blade. So I'm going to be opening this up and we're going to cut this way. Another strategy beyond using a tile saw is to use an angle grinder. So Rigid just came out with this brand new diamond blade, tile, granite, porcelain, marble, 4.5 inch rotating tile blade for an angle grinder. This cost about $30. I didn't see any reviews on it, so I'm going to most likely review it to make some straight cuts. But I'm going to try to maximize as much as I can out of this jigsaw technique to cut tile, because so far for me it's very cost effective, and I'm only going to need to be cutting about 2 more pieces, so I'm pretty happy with this. It got a lot of bad reviews online. I think the main problem was people weren't using the right jigsaw blade. There's 2 types. This one's the hard tile one, and there's I think the FT or FIT or something, I forget. It begins with an F. T130F. Don't get that one. Get the hard tile one if you're going to be cutting tile. So this is the second blade. Look how thick the diamond coating is. So I think in the first use of this thing, you're going to actually lose a ton of the diamond, whatever that is, if it's diamond or some other hard material. But you're going to lose most of it. However, that doesn't mean that blade's bad. It just means that the initial coating has been ripped off. But you can still use it. So since I've gotten so much great success using this so far, I am going to continue to exploit the use of a jigsaw to cut tile. Again, this isn't the best way to cut straight tile, but I'm only needing to cut about 2 or 3 pieces of tile more that I have left. And so I figured for the cost, for $10 more, this is still cheaper than busting open the Skill $89 tile saw that I bought, or even busting open the Craftsman grinder that I bought, and this $30 Rigid diamond blade. I think if you're just doing a few cuts for tile, you can probably get away with using a simple jigsaw. So we're going to continue this. Make sure you have tons of water. So also there's an important technique to doing this. So as I explained in the prior video, or just a few minutes ago, if I put this thing together, I'm not sure how I'm going to put these videos together. But anyways, use a nice backing. I'm using drywall to give me some support. Make sure the tile does not vibrate. Otherwise, you will most likely damage your blade. My friend said, because I'm dressed in scrubs, that I'm a tile surgeon. I'm not a tile surgeon. So, anyways, we're just trying to cut some tile because I need to fix my bathroom because it got destroyed. So today is a good day in terms of the weather, so I'm out here cutting. I got a lot of other things to be doing, but here we're going to try to demonstrate this. I hope this is in view. Let me check. Okay, so I'm not left-handed, so this is kind of hard if I'm going from this side, but And unfortunately, this blade is straight. So here we go. You can see how very quickly it starts to cut tile. I mean, it just starts. So just keep it wet. There's no laser on this jigsaw, so you just really got to be careful if you want to get a straight cut. The other thing is this does actually tear up your back. I mean, there's a lot of muscle strain because this is such a low table. What I figured out is, like, if you really want to do some sort of makeover of your bathroom, or if you have to repair it, you know, the cost for the tools to cut tile, you know, we're talking about the minimum like $90 for a tile saw. A hole saw bit is about $60, so it's already $150. So $150. Plus, you probably need to get an angle grinder, so that's like somewhere about $50. So that's $200 plus one of these blades for another $30. Is that $230 or something? $230 already that you're spending just for cutting tile if you're doing it yourself. So I'm trying to maximize as much bang for my buck as I can get for cutting tile just using a jigsaw. That's what some of this video series has been about. Because I'm not a professional, and I'm not claiming to be one. This is, you know, something I'm doing just for my bathroom. Now, brand new blade cuts really well, so don't be videotaping while cutting. So you can really do a nice job if you're paying attention. It could be also helpful if you have someone else pouring water for you. This just really drives my nerves because I'm not left-handed, so it's hard for me to cut straight with my left hand. So easy to cut crooked with a jigsaw blade. So really people can probably already see how fast this is going. If you're gonna do this and you want to save some money, just buy a ton of these, like buy 3 or 4 of these. You might be able to do your entire bathroom. Do not let the blade get warm or hot. I mean, sorry, do not let the blade start smoking. It's definitely not good for the blade. There was a ton of reviews online saying how bad these blades are. I just don't think they are. I think they're pretty decent. I don't think people were using the right kind of jigsaw or the right kind of technique. I don't know. Maybe they're using a different type of tile, but this works pretty good for me, at least. I mean, you could use a guard nose, maybe. Just keep it flowing. This works fine. Again, what I've already mentioned earlier is that I tried to accelerate and decelerate, and I believe that that's cutting through because there's a force being applied, acceleration and deceleration. If F equals ma, you kind of get a force in the lateral direction. During the ice storm last week, a lot of people's homes were damaged, so you can hear someone putting up a shutter. It's a horrible windstorm a few days ago, which is really nasty, and we're supposed to get another deep freeze pretty soon. There's a big risk of breaking the tile as you get closer to the other edge. Just go slow, and you'll be able to do this successfully. I don't have $1 million bathroom, so, you know, if you really need to have a perfect cut, go get the proper tools. But I'm sure if you've got $1 million bathroom, you probably also have the resources to afford all the tools required. This is my budget, and for my 120-year-old home. This is working perfect, and furthermore, this piece of tile is going to go underneath the wall, so nobody can ever see this. This okay. Just whatever. There it is. It's a pretty straight cut. It's not perfect, but you know, I can finish it. These bits are awesome. Personally, I just think they're awesome. For the cost benefit, you know, ratio is just amazing. It's just, I think the tools for cutting tile are outrageously expensive. I just can't see how anyone can justify, unless they're 50 or something. I don't know how people justify paying so much money for cutting two pieces of tile. There it is. Now you can be the judge. of whether or not that's straight. And that's just for the jigsaw. So, you know, you can cut tile pretty straight. I wasn't even being careful either. So, I don't think anyone's going to notice that on the floor of my bathroom. If you know how crooked that is. I'll sand that down. But hey, look, for $10, for me at least, for $10 plus the price of a jigsaw, I was able to cut tile, and I didn't have to go out and. I did actually go out and buy a tile saw, but I haven't busted it open yet. And I did go out and buy an angle grinder. It's a Craftsman angle grinder. I think I got it for $80, and I paid $30 for this. But I haven't had to bust them out yet because this jigsaw is working so great. You know, you can use a fancy jigsaw or whatever, but one of the key things about it though is don't use an older jigsaw. This is what makes this happen. If this support thing right here is what's allowing, in my opinion, and I'm not an expert at all. I don't do this for a living. But look at that blade. Hopefully people can get an idea about how much, look at that, how much diamond is still on that. I'll try to zoom in there. If that is diamond, whatever it is. But you can see that it barely even removed most of that rough stuff, whatever that's, the active ingredient, whatever you want to call it. And just as back to the story here. This is the difference between. This is a brand new blade. Put some water on it. Okay, check it out. So, look at the difference between the two blades. And on the left is, I was able to cut about 4 or 5 pieces of tile with that. And on the right is a brand new T130DG blade. And you can still see a lot of the diamond coating on it. Or whatever that active coating is. And then that, look at on the left, there's still a little bit of that on there. So you can get a lot of life out of these jigsaw blades. I highly recommend this hard tile T130DG Bosch diamond jigsaw blade. Please feel free to give comments, or if you like this video, please give me at least one thumbs up. Appreciate it very much.